Hey there, this is Troy Baker, and this is a piece of Schmidt.
Hello and welcome to this episode of the Piece of Schmidt podcast. The podcast where we sit around this table and muse the world's greatest quandaries. To my left, Wes Baumgardner.
Hello.
To my right, James Kircher.
Cheers.
Behind the camera, Rebecca Reed.
Hi.
And I am Aaron Schmidt. You can follow us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and YouTube. You can also subscribe on YouTube. You can also support us on patreon.com/derailed. You remember, you know the radio hosts from Parks and Rec? Mm-hmm. They're like,
Yeah, her.
thoughts for your thoughts. I am Aaron Schmidt, filling in for Robert Baratheon, who was filling in for the Stay
I don't
Puft
remember
Marshmallow
that.
Man.
I just remember.
You don't remember? Welcome back to Thoughts for Your Thoughts.
No.
Really? It's super funny. Anyways, today we're going to talk about head transplants.
Bum, bum, bum.
It's not going to happen.
It's not. You're right.
They're going to attempt it.
So you've got guy who can't move the rest of his body.
You guy who has like bone degeneration, horribly bad, like everything.
Why don't they do it with Stephen Hawking?
Because they have. I think they're doing it this way to prove it works. Man. Because Hawking,
You should definitely keep Hawking alive for as long as possible.
yeah, Hawking's mind is too valuable to risk on this.
Yeah, he's like the smartest guy in the world, right?
He's one of
I would argue that. It's crazy the shit that he knows. What? Is that not?
It just sounds funny when you say
It's
it
like
that.
it is, but like remember in life,
Which
life? In like our life,
the cereal,
Okay.
No, I mean in the movie, in the movie life.
the game.
No, like when you look at like that little like, you know, shot of like the stars or whatever, right? And there's like so many fucking different little lights. Like all of those little lights are fucking suns that have little planets going around them.
Galaxies, yes.
Like, what the fuck? And like he comprehends that stuff in ways that like, it's fucking weird, man. It's fucking weird. I don't like it. Anyways, head transplants. Dude who can't move his body.
They're going to try putting his head on someone whose body where the person's been brain dead for like
How did they get the approval of the brain dead person? Family members?
next of kin donated his body
Mexicans?
to science. Next of kin
Next of kin.
donated his body to science.
Green light, do it.
Fuck shit up, man!
That's so racist.
We got wet pussy, hard pussy.
Cheech in China. Oh yeah.
I forgot what I was saying.
Next.
So they got the approval, whatever.
So they got the approval. They've
From
been
the
planning
Mexicans.
this. Yes, they've been planning this operation for like 30 years.
Yeah.
You say you Harley?
It's gonna. Some of the stats is like it's gonna cost $11 million.
Jesus Christ.
It's gonna take 36 hours.
Is that because the dude wants to get paid?
No.
Or like materials?
Let me tell you why.
I know they gotta freeze the bodies.
136 doctors and nurses.
Really? Okay. So I know that they're gonna freeze the bodies.
They're freezing the body.
Well, they gotta freeze both heads. Or no. Freeze one head.
The other head's going into like a it's some sort of solution that conducts electricity kind of the same way our bodies and nerves do.
Yeah.
So it can keep it kind of alive. Yeah. But not
So you're freezing the head to like freeze all the brain cells so they don't degenerate.
so you don't need oxygen.
Yeah.
Realistically.
And then cut the neck partially, get all the blood vessels, connect them with tubes
Yep.
between the two of them. Then, this is the part that kind of freaks me out a little bit. Cutting the spinal cord.
Yep.
They have to somehow cut the spinal cord and then put the head on it.
Yeah.
And then have that reattach.
And then
And basically, like I was watching this video and the guy's like, they're going to use plicylmectyltryptophan to like put it back. And he's like, yeah, that's basically glue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the glue that conducts electricity for the nerve endings to talk.
Yeah.
And then they're going to... But first off, he's going to have like a Frankenstein scar all around his neck.
Yeah. Which will probably never go away.
So first off, the biggest thing is his survival rate.
That's funny. We gave you a new head, but you got to keep the scars, man. We can't figure out how to get rid of those things.
So yeah, first off is the survival rate. I mean, they have to make sure both bodies are perfectly intact. Or one head and one body are perfectly intact.
So they're trying to keep the brain dead guy alive too?
They have to keep his body alive. They're getting, like, once they remove his head, that guy's...
He's dead.
Still dead, yes.
You can keep...
The brain dead guy is not benefiting in anything.
He's donating his body to science.
Right. Okay.
Because your brain is what keeps you alive. Your heart just pumps.
They're keeping him alive medically because his body, I think, is a 100% match in terms of blood and bone marrow. Because you're attaching the spine, you have to match bone marrow as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So let's go look down this. If it succeeds, he wakes up.
That's so crazy. Imagine telling people like how you experience that. That's so, I'd be terrified.
Have you ever seen Face Off?
Mm-hmm.
Oh God.
Nick Cage, bro.
Face.
That is John Travolta overacting like Nicolas Cage and Nicolas Cage overacting like John Travolta.
It's a beautiful thing.
No, so let's say he lives. Then he's going to have to hope, to bring up something Becca brought up before we started, that his brain or his body don't reject each other, which he'll die if that happens.
Yeah.
Then you got to hope they're the exact same height and weight in every way, because relearning how to walk, relearning how to use your arms, motor skills.
Which also would make you reject your body.
Imagine you were, again, 6 inches shorter. Your arms are shorter. Your legs are shorter. Your brain, which you naturally know because of how tall you are, how far it is to the ground, is going to be different. Everything's going to be off. And that's if you find someone who's a perfect match.
Yeah. I mean, there'd be a learning curve for that anyways, though.
Yes.
I don't know that it has to be exact.
It would, but think about it. You've had 28 years learning how to use all your stuff perfectly.
Sure.
But you also have to do the same thing if you're in a coma for years.
Yeah, that's...
Right.
People that wake up from comas, they still have to retrain their body how to do...
Still your body, though.
But my point is, you still have to teach yourself basic motor functions.
Yeah, that's going to physical therapy because of your muscles atrophying, too. This is a mix of muscles atrophying because this body hasn't moved in years, plus the fact that it's a new brain trying to control this body.
Yeah.
If all that's successful, this guy gets to live. This guy also this surgery changes the world as we know it in terms of medical science.
Real quick.
Yep.
Do you remember that 90s movie where the guy was in a car accident where an 18-wheeler tire went through the front of his car and severed, I think, his leg and his arm? And they took a leg and an arm from an ex-con and put that on him, and it had
That sounds so familiar.
right? And it had it turned him into a serial killer because the arm and the leg were evil.
So stupid.
No, remember that criminal movie we watched? Wasn't that kind of the same thing?
What criminal movie?
With Field of Dreams? Who's that guy?
Kevin Costner.
Kevin Costner. He's a criminal, and he has some sort of transplant, and he is evil too. It's very similar to
It's
that.
the same thing.
This one is newer though.
Is
this
it?
one was last year, maybe 2 years
Are you
ago.
sure it's Kevin Costner?
It's Criminal. It's called Criminal. We
I wish
watched.
I could remember.
That sounds so familiar.
I feel like Kevin Bacon was the one in this one.
Oh, you're right. Because he turns into Ryan Gosling. Not Ryan Gosling, Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Gosling.
Ryan Reynolds.
What?
Ryan Reynolds is in Criminal.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Ryan Reynolds is like the one that he turns into, or he.
But in Kevin Costner's body.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I know a different movie about that's kind of that same thing, which is Ben Kingsley and Ryan Reynolds.
Shutter Island.
No.
And Gal Gadot's in it too.
What?
And yeah, Gal Gadot, Gary Oldman, Tommy Lee Jones, Kevin Costner.
It was one of those star-studded movies that sucked ass.
All right. But one interesting thought I had, reading this whole article, the first thought that came to mind is, it's not going to happen because all of hyper-religious people are going to say it's wrong what we're doing. They're going to protest this.
It doesn't give a fuck, man. It's in Russia.
Oh, is it really in Russia?
Yeah.
They're not going to
Makes
stop
sense.
it. They're
Russia
going to
doesn't
do
give
it.
a fuck.
It's definitely going to happen.
So,
I think it'll be successful. I know enough.
Sure.
no, here's the thing. The odds are not in this dude's favor at all.
No.
But even the fact that we're attempting something like this is
We'll learn.
we'll learn. That's just it. It's a learning experience,
Like when
and
we
that's why
cloned
you don't
sheep.
use Stephen Hawking. That's why.
Yeah, right.
You got.
Oh, fuck!
We just killed the most brilliant mind on our planet. Well,
Son of a bitch.
It's also
along with
not why
this,
he would agree to it.
Huh?
He'd have to agree to it, and I doubt he would. And
I
I
don't
think
know.
he's smart enough to realize it wouldn't work.
you're just immediately assuming it's not going to work. I'm on both sides of the fence. It could
See
work.
how I was satirical about me knowing enough?
There's just so many odds.
It's so silly for me to know enough.
To be fair, there were so many odds in the first heart transplant, and the first heart transplant was successful.
I guess, but like that's not
a
an
fiancé
entire
transplant.
body.
That is a heart, though. It controls so much of your body that you need this so bad. And this was before we have new dialysis.
And
You have to
still-
go out and get 3 orbs to get a new heart.
And still, to this day, people reject hearts. So it's not like we've perfected
Yeah, no,
that.
we can't because our
When are we going to have a stamina vessel transplant?
working on that adrenal gland.
So even if this were successful and people were like, I want to transplant my head, that doesn't guarantee
No,
that
this
it's going
won't
to
be a
work.
cosmetic thing, at least not for hundreds of years. This is going to be okay, huge risk to you, and you have $11 million, but
Do you have 11? Does this guy really rich? Does he really have $11 million?
I think this
How?
one's being funded by a bunch of people.
Yeah, it's
Because
basically
to see if we
let's
can do it.
See what would happen, yeah.
How did this guy get up for it? They're like, you win.
Maybe he's the doctor behind it. I personally have not researched that much of this. Maybe he's like, willing, hey, I'm dying, so I'll do it.
Hardly, you're weird.
Did you also see Elon Musk wants to put chips in our heads so we can be connected to like the AI in the
Yeah,
cloud?
no.
Yeah, no, not for.
I'm against that.
So that's
What?
Belko experiment.
Yeah. I don't want you
Body
putting stuff in
Parts,
my
by
head.
the way, is the name of that movie.
Body parts.
Yeah, from 1991.
That sounds so bad.
Baby Driver.
Baby driver.
What about Idle Hands? Remember Idle Hands?
I do.
That was awesome.
That is 90s or early 2000s personified in a movie. Because isn't Offspring in it?
Yeah, and
Seth Green.
Blink 182, Tom DeLonge is in it. He plays a fast food attendant.
The main guy in that movie was Jeff Fahey from Lawnmower Man.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Damn.
That was the guy who had the arm transplant.
Wow. I vaguely remember that. So, yeah. What would you want transplanted?
Read that synopsis.
Eyes. Testicles.
And he's a criminal
Lungs?
psychologist.
Lungs? Why?
I'm pretty sure I have slightly scarred lungs from bronchitis.
Really?
I definitely do then.
I've had a persistent cough since I've had bronchitis. Like
Oh, really?
sometimes when it's really weird. In the middle of summer, I get too hot, start coughing.
Yeah.
Wake up, wake up in the morning, you cough.
Called allergies.
I don't have allergies though.
Yeah.
I think you do. 'Cause you're
I've taken allergy pills and they do nothing. I still have the cough.
I would go to the doctor and get your allergen thing.
Scratch test.
I bet you're allergic to something.
I mean,
You
probably.
can grow into allergies.
I know that.
It's true.
Knowing my luck, it's
I used to have
Milk.
nothing. Yeah, for real. Fucking cows killed me, man.
that's just sad.
Murder
No more
cows.
cheese.
Murder cows.
Oh, he eats cheese.
I'll eat cheese here. and there. I have learned my lesson though. Like if I eat a pizza, that's too much cheese. But
How
like,
much of a
How much
pizza?
cheese is too much cheese?
How much pizza is too much cheese? Like 2 slices?
Yeah, like a slice, 2 slices of pizza, like that cheese is too much. But like a hamburger patty with some cheese on it, like real cheese.
Yeah.
What about like
fine.
double burger? 2 slices of cheese.
If it's real cheese, I could. That'd probably
Oh,
be too.
so like ice cream kills you?
Yeah, I have to.
He's
I have
good
to
with
drink
like
soy.
Kraft government cheese.
Yeah, if it's
That
fake,
doesn't matter.
if it's not
Ooh,
dairy.
Velveeta.
Yeah, mhm.
Technically, we shouldn't be eating cheese anyway, or milk products at all.
Yeah.
We were not made to drink cow's
I dropped milk completely.
Thank you for joining us. Click like, click subscribe. We'll see you next week.